Hey everybody, here we are at Canadian Forces Base Comox in British Columbia, and this is the home of the CC-295 Kingfisher for the Royal Canadian Air Force, in terms of it being the training base for the Kingfisher, which will soon become operational. Joining me is Captain Aubin, who will eventually be part of this community. So Captain, thank you. Let's walk around a little bit and you can point out some of the things that you know about the Kingfisher.
Sure, absolutely. One thing that's the big difference between this plane and the C-130 Hercules is the fact that it's got an array of sensors to help with the search portion of the search and rescue. Most notably is we've got the EOIR turret, or the electro-optic infrared camera on the front there. It's an MX-15 HD, and it also has a laser designator, and there's a whole bunch of different things. So it can zoom in from miles away to identify our potential survivors and allow us to better understand what's happening on the ground. It also has the infrared capability, so even at nighttime operations we'll be able to utilize it and give us the same sort of information. The laser that we have on it is an infrared laser, from what I understand, and for the SARTECs that are in the back, or the spotters that are in the back, while they're wearing NVGs, the night vision goggles, we'll be able to literally point out a spot to say, hey, look at this, what do you think? And then we'll be able to kind of guide them on to certain things and stuff like that. So it's going to be that in itself is going to be a huge boost to our capabilities. The black bulge that you see under there is a synthetic aperture radar, and we'll be able to literally paint out any vessels that might be in the water, even something fairly small. I don't know the exact size, but I've been told like even a Coke can, we'd be able to identify on the water and be able to, let's say, find debris of a sinking vessel and basically assist them as quickly as possible. So again, like the whole purpose of this platform is to reduce the search time in the search and rescue portion of our role.
That is super cool. And one of the unique features that I'm aware of for this aircraft is the main landing gear can be fully enclosed, which in other CC-295s is not the case. This is unique to Canada, which is a pretty cool feature. I think it's meant to just make it a little bit more aerodynamic and give you a little bit more range out of it from that. But yeah, and it's got Canadian engines, Pratt & Whitney engines, and the other thing that this aircraft has are, I guess, these little strakes or vortices, vortex generators, or at the very back of the aircraft.
Yeah, so those were put in there in place to kind of break the wind and kind of produce the airflow that we want out of the back of the aircraft. It was an aftermarket modification, from my understanding, where it basically is making it safer for our jumpers to get out and be in the airflow that it is. So we've kind of had to adjust for it, as we Canadians do a lot of. We adjust, we adapt, we overcome with what we have and make it work for us.
Absolutely. Well, Captain Aubin, thank you so much. This is a great, quick little view of the CC-295. It's 2024, the 100th anniversary of the Royal Canadian Air Force, and I'm sure everyone is looking forward to seeing this aircraft in operation, and that includes, I'm assuming yourself, you're going to be transitioning to this aircraft.
Yeah, it should be next year sometime. I should be on this plane and in the skies and qualified, ready to go. So looking forward to it. I'm optimistic and to help those in need in Canada.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Captain Aubin. This is awesome, and I'm sure you'll have a great time in this aircraft.